Hey everyone, Scott here, and I wanted to go over some tips and tricks to help you improve the performance of your Google Ads. I'm specifically going to be gearing this towards running traffic to Amazon products. It's becoming more and more important for Amazon sellers to master driving traffic from off of Amazon to Amazon, and it's something I think every single Amazon seller should be doing. So in this video, it's my goal to give you a ton of helpful and actionable content. And as someone that watches a ton of YouTube videos themselves, I know if a video drags on too long, it's easy to get bored and jump to a new one. So I'm going to try to keep this as to the point as possible so you don't miss out on any important tips. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you put a like on it. Of course, subscribe if you'd like to see more from me. I'm an active Amazon seller with millions of dollars in revenue. I don't put out a ton of videos, but the ones I do put out, I try to make as valuable as possible. All right, that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and get into it. The first tip is to use Amazon attribution if possible. Amazon attribution currently is the only way to track your Google ads. So without Amazon attribution, you're not going to know which ad set, which ads, which keywords are actually producing the orders for you, and which ones are just wasting your ad spend. Maybe in the future, there'll be some third-party pixel option, but right now you can only use Amazon's Amazon attribution program to track the conversions. It's only available to brand registered sellers, so if you're not brand registered yet, I recommend getting brand registered as fast as possible. But if you are brand registered, you can find it by going into your Amazon menu, clicking on advertising, and then clicking on the measure ads option. I actually did a full video on Amazon attribution, so if you're interested in getting a more in-depth breakdown of Amazon attribution and how to use it, you can find that in my video uploads. The next tip is to make sure your offer is as enticing as possible. Now, your offer doesn't just mean your price. It's your listing and your product as a whole. You want to make sure that you have really good imagery, that you have good reviews. Running Google Ads to a brand new listing with 0 reviews or even just 1 or 2 reviews is a lot harder because your conversion rate is going to be a lot lower. So the more reviews you get, the better your Google Ads should eventually perform. You can also do things like add a coupon to your listing, like, get a couple dollars off or maybe get 15% off, something like that. You can also add a promotion to your listing, which could be something like, buy 1 unit, get 10% off, buy 2 units, get 15% off, something like that. But you want to give the shopper as many reasons as possible to purchase from you and not to continue on Amazon and purchase one of your competitors' products. And I just want to show you a quick example on Amazon of what I'm talking about here. All right, I wanted to show this Amazon listing as an example of some different ways you can entice the customer to buy from you. So this is a very popular brand. They sell workout supplements and they've been very successful on Amazon. You notice here they have a little over 13,000 reviews, which is a huge amount. So one, they have really good imagery. They're using infographics, lifestyles, testimonials, different things like that to give social proof here. They even have a video. So they're optimizing their listing as best that they can. And you'll notice here as well that they have a coupon on their listing. So when I was mentioning a coupon, this is what I'm talking about. So they have a 5% off coupon here. You can do a percentage coupon, or you can do a $1 off amount coupon. You can see which one works best for you. Another thing that they have here is they have a special offers and product promotion. You'll notice here that they have a buy 2 and get 10% off. They have a buy 4 and get 15% off. And if you're specifically running a promotion like this, like a buy 2, get 10% off, buy 2, get 15% off, something like that, what you can do is you can set up these promotions to automatically be added when the person adds it to the cart, so they don't have to use a coupon code. It just makes it a little more seamless for the customer. The next tip has to do with writing your ad copy. What you want to do is make your ads look like it's coming from Amazon. The reason why you want to do this is because 99.9% of shoppers have no idea what your brand is, but they do know who Amazon is and they do trust Amazon. So you want to write your ad copy in such a way that it makes it seem like Amazon is the one advertising your product and not your brand. The way you go about doing that is you use some of the words, some of the terminology that Amazon uses. Things like Amazon's choice, bestseller, best-selling, hot new release, fast delivery of Prime, on sale, today's deal, different words like that. You can actually just go onto Amazon and look around Amazon and their menu and find some of these different phrases so you know which ones to use. Now, you don't want to lie, okay? So you don't want to say best-selling product and you only have like 1 review or something like that. No one's going to trust that. And you don't want to say Amazon's Choice badge or Amazon's Choice product if you don't actually have the Amazon's Choice badge. But if you do have that badge, I definitely recommend including that inside your ad copy. And to add on to this, you always want to be split testing your ads. You should always have a minimum of 2 ads running. So write one ad, write two ads. If one of them performs better than the other, go ahead and pause the other ad, but then create a new ad with different features, different benefits, maybe a different angle to it to see if you can beat the previous ad. This way you're always improving and getting better and better performance from your Google ads. The next tip has to do with setting up your ad groups, and that is using themed ad groups. I did a whole other video on this as well. So again, just like with Amazon attribution, if you're interested in checking this out, you can go into my video uploads and you can find my updated Google ads method, which covers this in depth. But to give it simply, what you want to do is you want to take your keywords and you want to separate them into ad groups based on themes. So those themes can be whatever you want them to be. So for example, if you're selling a protein powder, you might want to take some keywords that have to do with a muscle building protein powder, put those into one ad group. If it's a vegan protein powder, you want to take the keywords that mention vegan and put those into their own ad group. This isn't an exact science. It doesn't have to be extremely precise. So if you're questionable about which ad group to put a keyword in, just make your best judgment. The whole reason why you're doing this, the whole purpose of this, is it allows you to write more targeted ad copy, more relevant ad copy. So think about this for a second. If you're shopping for a vegan protein powder, which ad are you most likely to click on? If you search vegan protein powder and you see different ads, and one of them says protein powder or best protein powder, and another ad says vegan protein powder or best vegan protein powder, well, you're going to click on the one that mentioned exactly what you searched for. By being able to break down your keywords into themes, you're able to get that more targeted ad copy, which will make you more relevant to the shopper, and Google will see your ad is more relevant for that keyword, which will result in better performance in the Google ad auction. My next step with ad groups is to focus on exact match and phrase match. If you're just starting out with Google ads, or maybe you have a smaller budget, just go ahead and focus on exact match to start with, and then you can add in phrase match later. And if you're doing phrase match, you want to stay very diligent with your negative keyword list. The negative keyword list is a list of words that you don't want your ad to show up for. So if you're selling a chocolate protein powder and you have protein powder as a phrase match, and someone searches vanilla protein powder, okay, you don't want to show up for vanilla. Yours is a chocolate, right? So you're going to add vanilla to the negative keyword list. So what I want to emphasize here, if you're using phrase match, be sure to keep up on your negative keyword list. I see a lot of people with a lot of wasted ad spend because they never check what search terms their ads are showing for, and they never add to their negative keyword list, and they have a ton of wasted ad spend for keywords that they're not even relevant for. My next tips have to do with keywords, and one of those is that if you're running Amazon PPC, you want to take some of the search terms that you're converting for on Amazon and try those out as keywords on Google. So you can just take your PPC report, find those keywords that you're converting for, and add them as keywords in Google. Another tip is to add Amazon to your best keyword phrases. So again, if you're selling a protein powder or vegan protein powder, you want to have keyword phrases that say protein powder Amazon, protein powder or vegan protein powder Amazon. And the reason why you want to do this is you want to catch those people who are searching specifically for your product and searching for those products available on Amazon. So these shoppers are going to be the hottest, most likely to convert for your product. The next step here is that you can actually have Google produce a list of potential keywords based on your Amazon listing or based on your competitor's Amazon listing. I'm going to show you real quickly how you can do that. So how you get Google to pull some keywords for you based on either your Amazon listing or your competitor's Amazon listing is you go to the keyword planner tool in your Google Ads account. And instead of saying start with keywords, you're going to come over here and say start with a website. And then right here, you'd paste your page, your Amazon page. And then this is very important. You want to make sure you use only this page. Otherwise, it's going to try to pull it from the entirety of Amazon, which is insane. So make sure you just select use only this page and then get results. And here's a list of keywords that Google thinks is relevant based on that Amazon page. Now you have to go through these keywords and make sure that all of them are good fit because all of them might not be a good fit for your product. But I've seen that overall it does a pretty good job. So we'll just kind of scroll through here so you can see what some of the options are. You notice here it mentions Amazon pre-workout. So again, that's one of my tips I mentioned earlier is to use Amazon in some of your main keyword phrases. But anyways, this is how you pull some keyword data based on an Amazon listing. My last tip for now has to do with testing different bidding options. What I recommend when you're very first starting Google Ads is to run manual CPC with enhanced CPC turned off. What this does is allows you to precisely control your bidding, and Google is not adjusting your bidding for you. This allows you to be able to set up a baseline for what your cost per click is. That way, when you test any of these other bidding options, you can see if it is outperforming what you're doing or if it's actually performing worse than controlling the bidding yourself. So once you have a baseline for your cost per click, you can come in here and look at these other bidding options. Now, one downside to selling on Amazon is you're not able to place the Google conversion pixel onto Amazon. So it makes it hard to use these bid strategies like target CPA or target ROAS because that's relying on getting your conversion data. And unfortunately, your conversion data is staying on Amazon. But one of these things you can test out is maximize clicks as an option. And if you want to, you can also set a maximum cost per click bid limit, or you can just let Google do their thing and see if they can do the bidding strategy better than what you're able to do. Well, I hope you found this helpful in getting better results from your Google ads. If you have any questions for me, put them down in the comments down below. Of course, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I hope to see you in the next one.